Hello everyone. So actually 1 week before I had a fever, that's why my voice is kind of low. So I'm using mic. And my name is Pragya Gupta. I'm from Ramana Vidyalaya 7th C. Today I'm gonna do the story Wizard of Oz. And I'm dressed up as Dorothy. I don't have a prop actually. So hope you like it. And I'm doing multi-characters. So enjoy. Once there was a young girl named Dorothy. Dorothy was loved by everyone. One day, something unexpected happened. One portal opened. Oh my God, what's happening? Someone save me! Dorothy went to a completely different world where animals and non-living things can talk. Dorothy can't able to understand anything. Where am I? Oh, I see a pond. I don't know. Which planet? I mean, which planet are you from? I'm from planet Earth. Oh, welcome to the world of Oz. And I'm here. I'm Scarecrow, and here everything is magical. You can talk to animals and non-living things because sometimes you go to planet Earth and see this. The vehicles are our vehicles also can talk, but your vehicles don't talk. They just walk around by using us, using all. I don't know what's going on in your world, but we are here. Tin Man, save me, Dad. What? Huh? What? Did you hear some voice? I don't know. Oh, not again. That's Tin Man. Always getting stuck by cutting trees. Uh, maybe I think we should help him. And how do you know Tin Man? Oh, actually, he's my friend. We live by house. We play cricket sometimes. And the bats talk and the ball also talk. We don't know. We play together and we have many friends if you want to meet. No, I want to. Stop talking! I'm stuck in here! Help! Okay, bro, I'm coming. Wait, let me go to house and bring the oil can. I go to the Tin Man, you go to house and bring the oil can. Dorothy, Dorothy said to Tin Man, shout as so she can follow the voice. Dorothy was, and when she found he was stuck, and Dorothy thought for introducing himself and herself. Hi, my name is Dorothy Tin Man. How are you? I'm not that is good. I'm stuck in here, kind of. I know. Let me just take that axe away, or else you will get more stuck. Dottie took the axe. Scarecrow came running towards Tin Man and Dottie. Here we go, Tin Man. My brother, get well soon. With you, I'm not going to get well that soon. You're coming half an hour late. The clock told me. Look, in this world, everyone can talk. Doesn't mean you can ask anyone to speak about me. I don't care about you. Just help me. Okay, here. Dorothy put it the took the organ from Scarecrow because she was irritated by him. Because he was talking, they were both arguing. And Dorothy took the oil can and put it into Scarecrow's joints. Ah, yes, finally free. I've been stuck here for 2 days. Scarecrow didn't came to save me. What's going on in here? Oh God, not again. And now my ears will bleed if you keep on talking and arguing with each other. I need, and I'm Dorothy. Nice to meet you, Scarecrow. I'm Tin Man. I would like, could you tell me where I have to go because I'm new here? I got stuck by a portal and came here while playing with the dolls. I don't know if they're talking or not. Just help me. I need to go to my planet Earth.
Thank you, Pragya Gupta, for that wonderful performance.
Thank you.
To know more, read the whole book, The Wizard of Oz by L. Francis Martin.
Okay. So could we all welcome our next performance?
And welcome Jessica to the stage.
Good morning. Good morning to one and all.
And I request Meenakshi Bandari, our next performer, to be ready.
Good morning to one and all. I am Jessica Ivan of grade 4A from the school The Nazareth Academy. I am going to narrate the story, Winnie the Pooh and the Parcel. Piglet and Pooh have been visiting Christopher Robin. Will you take this parcel to Kanga? He asked them as they left to go home. Of course, said Pooh. But they hadn't gone very far. Drip, a raindrop dripped on Pooh's nose, then bounced onto the parcel. Oh no, the parcel is getting wet, gasped Pooh. So are we, said Piglet. They started to run to get to Kanga's house quicker. Soon the rain stopped, so they took a rest. Good, it was only a shower, puffed Pooh. I wonder what is in the parcel, said Piglet as they set off again. Soon another shower came along. Oh, bother, not again, sighed Pooh. Can you see how Pooh is trying to keep the parcel dry? He tried to put it under some dirt. Piglet pulled some big leaves from a bush. These might keep us dry, he said. And Pooh almost dropped the parcel into a puddle. Soon the shower went away. These leaves did keep us dry. But when Pooh took the leaf off his head, the water from it soaked him. When he shook the leaf, he shook the water all over Piglet. We were dry, said Piglet, but now we both are wet. When they were almost at Kanga's house, it started to rain again. Run, we are nearly there, said Pooh. But Piglet tripped and Pooh tumbled over him. At least the parcel is still dry, said Pooh. They knocked at Kanga's door. Goodness, you soaked, she said. You should have used this to keep yourselves dry, said Kanga, unwrapping the parcel. Inside was an umbrella. Piglet and Pooh couldn't believe their eyes. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucinda. Hey, here's a question. This story was so popular that it became one of the most famous children's literature. Name this legendary story.
Whoa, hold on that. How will I know? There are millions of such stories which are children's favorites.
Hey, come on. Can't you venture a guess?
Cinderella,
No.
Snow White,
Good one, but no.
Pied Piper,
No.
Beauty and the Beast.
No.
I got it. I got it.
Yep.
Little Red Riding Hood.
No.
Hey, come on. I've mentioned all the obvious answers.
Well, you're missing out on one more obvious answer.
Okay. Curiosity not only kills the cat, but it kills Yash too. What is it?
It's the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, dear Lord. How did I forget that?
So, shall we call on our next performer?
Yes, sir. Presenting Meenakshi Bandari as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz by Alan Frank Baum.
We request our next performer, Nakshatra, to be ready.
I'm just stuck in a cyclone. I feel so scared. I want to go back to my Kansas. Is there no way back? Is there no way back to go back to my Kansas? It's full of gloomy, dark, and scary. It's very scary. Where's Aunt Em and Uncle Henry? Where are they? Where are they? I need them. I want them. I'm just really scared. I am just looking here and there for my Toto. It has been very scared. It has been very scared. with trees, cars, and everything else and myself are just floating in the cyclone. Oh, my Toto, my poor Toto, I just feel like you're also scared. We will soon go back to our Kansas. Kansas, our home. Soon we'll go back. Oh, my poor Toto, I feel like I'm fainting. Thank you, Mom. Thank you.
That was a wonderful performance. We all love a good laugh, especially books written by R.K. Narayan. So, presenting Nakshatra, who's here to read us a short and sweet story from the extraordinary mind of R.K. Narayan. I also request our next performer, Varshini Jagannathan, to be ready.
Namaste everyone who are present here. Today I am going to narrate the story, The Navaratri Adventure. I am Nakshatra from Ramanavati area studying 6th day. So everyone stay tuned in. In the novel The Dark Room, Savitri, the mother of 3 children, Kamala, Sumati and Sonu, has a tough time running the household and dealing with the taunts of her uncaring husband Raman. Over the Navaratri festivities, the crisis in the household comes to an head and the spirit of the festival is lost in unpleasantness. In the month of September, the streets rang with the cries of hawkers selling dolls, the earliest intimation of the coming Navaratri festival. The 3 kids of Savitri asked their mother, "Mom, can we buy some dolls this year?" But her mother did not agree and said there is no use of buying them year after year. Just then, her children again protested that, "Mom, in the next house, they bought a lovely pair of Sita and Rama for 10 rupees. Why can't we buy some dolls?" said their children. But Savitri did not agree and said, "We have already 3 casks full of dolls. Why do we need more, huh?" she said. A day before the festival came, the cats were brought in from the storeroom to the hall to be cleaned. Ranga, the servant, had a lot of work to do, from sweeping to cleaning the dolls clean. Savitri also squatted down to help him. As she was cleaning, old memories rushed to her, from how she played with the doll and kept it safe till now. Just then, a sudden crash broke this reverie. Ranga had dropped a bluish elephant as huge as an ordinary cat. Savitri shouted, "Oh, you dumbo, did you mentally fall asleep? Why would you break my doll?" she said loudly. Just then, Sumati wailed, "Oh, it's broken," she said. This bluish elephant was gifted by Savitri's mother to her mother, and now it's all broken to pieces. Do you want to know what will happen in the next story? Read out to find out more. Thank you.
Thank you, Nakshatra, for that beautiful performance. Now we have Varshini Jagannathan performing Sherlock Holmes. Welcome to the stage, Varshini. I also request our next performer, Dominic, to be ready.
Namaste, I'm Varshini Jagannathan. I'm going to tell a story, The Adventure of the Pickle Bag.
Mic kind of because I guess the mic has to be held closer.
The Adventure of
Turn the mic on. It's all on, sir. No, tap it and see if it's picking up. Or give another mic. Not all.
I'm going to tell a story, The Adventure of the Pickle Bag. Sherlock Holmes and Watson wake up early in the morning unusually to see younger woman Helen. She was Pierce Holmes' stepfather, Remus Fenroy. He's a doctor who practiced in Calcutta and India. She was different of him. Helen's mother was married, her father, when she was a widow, and he also goes to jail for killing his Indian brother. Helen's twin sister was died just 2 years before, shortly her marriage age, and Helen hears some last dying words of her despicable man. She also told her there are different noises surrounding her. After hearing this, Helen was so confused, and she was very confused because of the word despicable man. She don't know the meaning of it, and she heard many noises surrounded her. In this documentary too. Oh, the place where her stepfather and her lived, and her stepfather was forcing her to live in the same place where her sister was died. And
The Roy was friendly with his properties and he friendly with his band of gypsies. He having a secret company. He was having a baboon and a cheetah as his friend. And we made some modifications in our inner wall of the house and the outer wall was going. After hearing all of this, Sherlock Holmes accepted to take this case and he was investigating the mother and he gets some information from them. After he also go to the stock market. He finds some different things in there. There also in the Helen temporary room, he finds the bell room, but there is no bell in it and a pencil in the hole. That is connected to Royal's room and Helen's temporary room. He goes through it and finds some different things in a Royal's room. It was a glass of milk, but it's not seems to be different. There is a thing of something which he was very confused. After seeing all of this, he found what was happening. But he took them to Watson and Helen because he made fear of it. And that night, Watson and Sherlock Holmes was living in the temporary room of the Helen. And it was very night, they get so bored because nothing was happening interesting. At the morning of 3 o'clock, he finds something become dark. Conical voice was coming. He can't find anything, but he takes his stick and turns something back toward it, but can't find what it is. And he lights a candle. Oh, it was a snake. It came to Helen's room. And he followed the snake. He finds a royal boss died. Oh, he is waiting for the death of Helen because he wants the properties of himself. The mother told that after the marriage of their both, the daughter will get their properties. But gaining the property, a selfish man who killed his daughters. But Sherlock Holmes was not sad about it or disappointed because his action saved Helen's life. Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a 1964 children's novel written by Roald Dahl. Today we have Dominic from Nazareth Academy performing an extract from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Good morning.
I also request Pranitha from Ramana Academy to be ready to perform next.
Good morning. My name is R.A. Chirutoni, and today from the Nazareth Academy. And today I'm going to narrate the story Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Once there was a boy named Charlie, and this boy was not faster or stronger or smarter or richer than the other kids. He lived in a poor family. His father worked in a toothpaste company, and one day he came home sad, saying that he lost his job. Their family were even more sadder than before. Then the next day, Charlie's grandpa, Joe, told him a story about when he worked in Mr. Wonka's chocolate factory. Charlie was fascinated about the things Mr. Wonka had. He wanted to visit this amazing factory. The next day, Charlie was going for his morning walk. Then he saw a poster that said, "Children of the world, I, Willy Wonka, will put 5 golden tickets randomly into my Wonka bar. And these 5 children who get my Wonka tickets will be able to come to my chocolate factory and see everything in there." Charlie wanted to win the golden ticket. With great struggle, he finally got a golden ticket. The family were so happy that ever the day came. Charlie was never excited like this in his life. He stepped in the gates, and the others with him were Pedro, who was very, very fat, Lucy, who was a spoiled kid, Violet, who was a bubblegum chewer, and Mike TV, who always sees TV. These 5 children entered the chocolate factory with greediness in their minds. And then Mr. Wonka welcomed them with a warm handshake. And then when they stepped in the chocolate factory, they saw wonderful meadows in the chocolate factory, meadows that had chocolate. Even the grass was filled with chocolate, and there was a chocolate river. Everybody was so excited to eat everything in there. Then Pedro was too excited, and he started to gobble up everything there. Then he started to drink the water from the melted river, in the melted chocolate river in the side.
And then he leaned and he fell and he drowned. And then Mr. Walker saw him. Oh no, Pedro is drowning. So he sent one of his workers to go and help him. And then he said, on with the tour. We will continue with him afterwards. And then they go to another room where they crack nuts. Then the squirrels were the cracking nutting thingies. And then White and Lucy became very happy. I want one of those squirrels.
Thank you, Doctor. R.K. Narayan is one of the finest Indian authors of the generation. English.
Thank you.
I now welcome Pranita on the stage, the narrator of Mr. R.
Namaste everyone, I'm Pranita from Ramanavadala. Today I'm going to narrate the story Leela and the Headmaster from the Malgudi series. In Narayan's semi-autobiographical novel, The English Teacher, the teacher Krishna's wife Sushila passed away after sudden illness, leaving their daughter Leela in his care. The episode that follows traces of the wonderful bond between father and daughter and recalls Leela's first days in a school that is unlike any other. The old woman was saying, "Oh man, days observing his wife, as he will be ruined." The child sat on her father's arm, watching the whole scene. The grandmother of the child said, don't forget to wash her hair every Friday, otherwise she will lose all her hair." The bus reached the home and the family went to sleep. The father had always slept peacefully, but nowadays he lays awake more than sleeping. The child next to him was sleeping all soundly and peacefully. The father's mind was full of old memories and thoughts. In the darkness, he often hears the echo of her voice and speech. It was expected that he should leave this house and move to another because the door of the room in which his wife had died out has been shut. But it seemed it was impossible and unnecessary. So, then it was remained shut and he had his old memories back and the child was playing on the edge of the veranda. All from ever since he came to him as a 7-month-old baby. He had his old memories and was dreaming about it. The child looked at the door which was shut, so confused, and asked his father, "Father, why is the door shut?" But it threw him into a frenzy, and the father-in-law interrupted and asked, "Would you buy some dolls?" To change her mind, she agreed to it and got ready to go. But her grandfather looked forlorn, and the father said, "Allow your grandpa to rest, and he will buy a 2 doll for you." She looked displeased and came back to her seat and asked again stubbornly. She asked that, "Why is the door closed, father?" But her grandfather said, "Mother is being given a bath. That is why the door is closed." She looked displeased and very confused and went to her wooden trunk containing toys and picked out a rag book. The father went to his room and sat on his easy chair. As he closed his eyes, he heard her footsteps approaching to him. He got shocked at the moment. And if you want to know more about this story, find Malgudi series and read this book. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranita.
Dear students, request you to kindly maintain the performing time to 2 minutes because there are many participants waiting to perform. So if you're going beyond 2 minutes, you could always mention to know more about the story. You can read this book. And you can also mention the author's name. So it will motivate the others to pick up the book and read it whenever they find it. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
I next invite Parthik Shah to the stage. I also request Mithun N to be ready. We all would have read Tanani Raman stories at some point in our lives. Parthik Shah is going to read, is going to be performing his a short extract from Tenali Raman.
Good day and good morning to all. My name is Jay Pradiksha. I am going to tell the story Tenali Raman and the cat. One day, King Krishnadeva Raya told his ministers to go to the village as there were so many complaints about rats nibbling through important papers, food, and clothes. The ministers advised the villagers to keep cats in their houses, but the villagers pointed out that there was not enough amount of milk to feed the cats. The king declared every household in Vijayanagara will have to adopt a cat. To feed it properly, every house in Vijayanagara will be given a cow. He also declared that at the month end, all the cats will be checked for their health. All the villagers fed their cats nice, good, and but except for Tenali Raman's. At the month end, the king was told that all the cats were heart and tail, except for Tenali Raman's. The king grew angry and then went to Tenali Raman. Upon seeing the king approaching, Tenali Raman said, Your Majesty, I know it is my duty to feed the cat properly, but how can I force her to gulp it down? The king was shocked and then asked, Let me see how she can resist milk. A bowl of milk was placed before the cat. To everyone's dismay, she stepped away from it. Tenali Raman said, Your Majesty, I think it is better than feeding the cats, not by feeding them. As healthy people build a strong nation. Moreover, how will a well-fed cat catch a mouse? The king realized his mistake and then praised Tenali Raman for his presence of mind. He asked, How did you train your cat to do so? Tenali Raman with a smile said, I boiled the milk and then cooled it a little and gave it to her as the best milk in the village. And she ran to lap it up. Before I could stop her, she had the first lick and then bought her tongue. From that day onwards, if she sees a bowl of milk, she runs away from it. Tenali Raman and the king had a hearty laugh. The moral of the story is we should make wise decisions. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradiksha. Our next performer for the day is Mithun from Ramana Vidyalaya, here to perform Kingdom of Fools. I also request Shiv Abhinav from Ramana Vidyalaya to be ready to perform next. The stage is yours.
Namaste. I am studying in Ramana Vidyalaya. Today I gonna tell the story The Kingdom of Fools by Grandma's Big Bag of Stories by Sudhamurthy. There was a kingdom ruled by a proud king. He was boasting to everyone that he and his people were very intelligent. His old teacher thought about this when he was a child, and his old teacher decided to teach him a lesson. The old teacher told his 3 students, Mahesh, Umesh, and Harish. The next day, Harish went to a pawn shop in the market, and the pawn seller told, If you give me 10 rupees, I will give you 200 leaves. Harish gave 10 rupees but told the pawn seller to give him only 25 leaves. Then and told his servant will connect the remaining 175 leaves. Then Harish went to a shawl shop in this market and told one shawl is 200 rupees. Harish paid 10 rupees and told that he can take the remaining 175 the palm seller. And he gave a note to shawl seller. And the servant asked the palm seller, and the palm seller told he came half an hour late. Then the servant told that Harish is telling the truth. Then the shawl seller gave the shawl to Harish. After half an hour, the servant went to the palm seller and asked the palm seller, instead of 175 rupees, he gave 175 leaves. Then the shawl seller and the palm seller started arguing. It takes some time for them to realize that someone has tricked them. Then the next day, Mahesh and his fancy clothes went to the king's carpenter. The carpenter thought Mahesh was rich, but he showed his inventions and he showed a lock and told it could lock a person. Mahesh pretended not to believe it. Mahesh told it to prove it. The carpenter locked himself with the lock and with the key to free him. Then Mahesh took the key and ran away. Then the king heard of these incidents and decided to find this in disguise. Then he went to the city gates. He saw a mango seller sitting alone. Actually, it was Umesh. Then the king was asking the Umesh why was he sitting alone. Umesh told he was behind this. The leader behind this incident is going to come on this way today. The king told even he also wanted to see the person. Umesh told to hide the king in the sack. When the king hid in the sack, Umesh tied the king and ran away. Then his soldiers found him in the sack. The next day, the king went to his old teacher and the old teacher tell that how his students has tricked him. And the king learned his lesson. Thank you.
Thank you, Mithun, for that wonderful performance. Now, R.K. Narayanan's writing is graceful, elegant, and simple to read. I now welcome Shiv Abhinav to the stage. I also request Sean Vinod to be ready.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shiva Vinod, studying in 6th standard Ramana Vidyalaya. Today, I am going to say about a story called Horse and Two Goats. This villager called Muni. Once he had 40 herds of sheep and goats, but now he had only 2 goats. One day, after eating his breakfast, he shaved the drumstick tree in front of his residency. He wished to express to eat drumstick curry to his wife. However, her wife asked him to bring grocery for grocery. He had done everything for the grocery, but it failed. Furthermore, her wife humiliated him for his failure. He bought 2 goats for grazing behind the highways. He sat under a horse statue which is made of clay to protect from sun. A truck seems to come forward. A red-faced American came from the yellow wagon and inquired about the gas station nearby. Due to the miscommunication, the Muni thought that he is asking for the crime which was happened in the nearby village. And finally, Muni had guessed that he was an American
educated. The Brahmins were educated. An American said that he was forced to work more hours without electricity while leaving my wife in Srinagar. At that time, the American liked the horse statue. He thought that Muni could be the owner of the horse statue. So that he gave 100 rupees to Muni. Muni bought that with happily and bought groceries with that money. He said the dealing to his wife. Her wife can't believe his words. Her wife got frustrated and irritated. At the time, a sound of a goat. They heard a sound of a goat. The two goats were in front of their house. The moral of the story is the culture of the East and West are different. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiv, for that wonderful performance. We all have different types of smiles. Today, we have Sean reciting the poem Smile. Welcome to the stage.
Hello, this is Sean from 3rd A from the school Nazareth Academy. I am going to recite a poem, A Smile. A smile is quite a funny thing, it wrinkles up your face. And when it's gone, you never find its secret hiding place. But far more wonderful it is to see what smiles can do. You smile at one, he smiles at you, and so one smile makes two. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. That was really beautiful. The Wizard of Oz was released in 1900, and readers were instantly won over by the books and its characters. We now request Geeta Shri from Ramana Vidyalaya to perform. I also request Astara to be ready to perform next.
Whippersnapper? Did you just call me a whippersnapper? Do you know the dictionary definition is for whippersnapper? A female with pigtails and a big voice. Okay, maybe it's not, but I'm here to tell you, Dr. Oz, whatever your name is. But you made a promise. Here's my friend Tin Man, who's made up of tin. He always thinks I need a heart and I will never get the heart that I'm thinking with. And here's my furry friend, who's made up of straw. His name is Scarecrow, and he always thinks that I will never get the brain part two waiting to happen. This cowardless lion had no courage with him and has not even able to eat for one day. He's just eating the fruit from the tiger who's hunting and giving it to the lion. If sometimes the tiger is sick, he only eats grass and wheat. And all about me, I'm going to say is a happy day. We can say it can happen in a flash or the color which we can see. And all I'm gonna say about me is me and Toto need a place to have a happy living where we can climb trees. Don't talk back to me. Climbing trees and to have a pillow fight, playing with the ball
and Aunt M cooking food for us, very delicious, and Uncle Henry taking us to plains and lands. Thank you.
The next performer of the day is Astara, who will be reciting a Tamil poem called Annai Aruvarai. I also request Betsy to be ready.
வணக்கம், என் பெயர் அர்க்கிதா. நான் 3ஆம் வகுப்பு படிக்கிறேன். என் என் பள்ளியின் பெயர் தி நாசரேத் அகாடமி. என் பாடலின் தலைப்பு அன்னை அறிவுரை. குருவி ஒன்று மரத்திலே கூடு ஒன்று கட்டியே அருமை குருவியும் அழி வளர்த்து வந்தது. நித்தம் நித்தம் குருவியும் நீண்ட தூரம் சென்றிடும். கொத்தி வந்த இளதனை குஞ்சு தின்ன கொடுத்திடும். இளவன் தந்தை இறங்கினால் எழுந்து பழக்க பழகுங்கள். இதை தேடி தின்னலாம் என்று குருவி சொன்னது. நண்டு நான்களும் இன்றே பழக்க பழகுவோம் என்று கூறி தாயுடன் 2 குஞ்சு கிளம்பின. ஒன்று மட்டும் சோம்பல குழுப்பி கொண்டு உடனே அந்த கூட்டில் இருந்தது. ஆபத்தொண்டு வந்தது. இங்கிருந்து வந்தவன் 7 மரத்திலே அங்கிருந்த கூட்டினை அருகி இறங்கி சென்றன. சிறைக்கு இருந்தும் பறக்கவே தெரிந்திடாமல் வெளித்திடும். குருவி கொண்டு பிடித்தன, கொண்டு வீடு சென்றன. குருவி குஞ்சு அமனது, ஊற்றி பாலலானது. அருமை எண்ணெய் ஒலித்தது, அதன் காதில் ஒலித்தது. தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you, Astara. I now request Betsy to perform Annai.
வணக்கம், என் பெயர் பெட்சி ஜோஸ்பின். நான் 4ஆம் வகுப்பு படிக்கிறேன். நன்னேரி இன்சொலால் அன்றி இருநீர் வியனுலகம் வன்சொலால் என்றும் மகிழாது. பொன் செய் அதிர்வலையால் பொங்காது. அலர் கதிரால் தன்னென் கதிர்வரவால் பொங்கும் கடல். விளக்கம்: பொன் வளையல்கள் அணிந்த பெண்ணே சூரியன் கடலில் வெப்பத்தால் பொங்காது. சந்திரனின் குளிர்ச்சியால் பொங்கும். கடினமான சொற்களை கேட்டு உலகம் மகிழாது. இனிமையான சொற்களை கேட்டு உலகம் மகிழும். இனிமையான சொற்களை அனைவரும் பேசுவோம். நன்றி.
Have you guys ever paused your lives for a moment and have asked this question, why me? Our next performer is Akshaya Kalyani, here to recite a poem called Why Me by Barbara Vance.
Good morning. My name is Priya Akshaya Kalyani from grade 5A from the school, the Nazareth Academy. Today, I'm going to recite a poem called Why Me? If you have to ask why me, when you're feeling really blue, the world has turned against you and you don't know what to do. When it pours closer raindrops, the roads are winding mess, and you're feeling more confused than you ever could express. When the sun won't shine and the stars will not align. When you'd rather be inside your bed, the cover pulled above your bed. When the life was something that you dread and you have to ask, why me? Then, when the world seems right and true, the rain has left a gentle dew. When you feel happy being you, please ask yourself, why me? Then too. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshaya, for that wonderful performance. Now, I welcome our next performance for the day, Tejoy Krishna, who will be narrating the story, Tenali Raman Becomes a Jester. Welcome to the stage, Tejoy. And I also request our next performer, Michelle R, to be ready.
Good morning. My name is Tejo Krishna. I am going to narrate a story about Raman becomes jester. One day, a magician from North India came to the darbar. He displayed various magical tricks which pleased the king Krishna Deva Raya. The magician showed an unusual item during the show. It was the magic of separating his head from the body. Can anyone in Vijayanagara do this magic? He challenged the inmates of the darbar, but nobody dared to do it. The king felt dejected. Raman came forward. He bowed before the king in the audience and went to the magician. Can you do the trick with open eyes which I perform by closing my eyes? He challenged the magician. The magician did not feel anything unusual in Raman's offer. I can do any trick with open eyes which Raman does with closed eyes. The magician consoled himself and accepted the challenge. Raman got a bagful of chili powder. By closing his eyes, he sprinkled the powder onto it. He stood costumed for some time. After that, he removed the entire powder and opened his eyes. Later, Raman got another bagful of chili powder and handed it over to the magician. The magician tried to escape from the scene. The king became excited. It was Tenali Raman's wisdom and intelligence that paid. The king appointed Raman as his court jester. The public who assembled there congratulated Raman. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle, for that. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Tejoy Krishna, for that beautiful performance. The Hound of Baskerville is the third of the 4 crime novels of Sherlock Holmes, written by British author Arthur Conan Doyle. Our next performer is Michelle, who is here to perform an extract from Sherlock Holmes, The Hound of Baskerville. I also request our next performer, Vidula Pillai, to be ready.
Hello, everybody. Today, I'm going to give a brief account on The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes was a clever detective and has solved many critical cases. One fine day, a client, Dr. Mortimer, came to visit Sherlock Holmes regarding the case of Charles Baskerville's death, who was his friend and owner of the Baskerville Hall. Sherlock Holmes asked, "Is there any mystery behind this death?" Dr. Mortimer replied that he was uncertain, as the newspaper didn't reveal the facts about his death, but gave him a piece of paper to Sherlock Holmes. It was written as a man called Hugo lived in 1645. He was a drunkard and he used to go to hunting regularly. One day, on his way to safari, he saw a beautiful girl who was a farmer's daughter. Hugo liked her so much. As soon as this went to the farmer's notice, the farmer warned Hugo to stay away from the farm. Hugo kidnapped the farmer's daughter and poisoned her. When Hugo and his gang of friends went out, the farmer's daughter escaped. As soon as this went to Hugo's notice, he sent his gang to arrest her. Unfortunately, his gang found her dead while they heard a different noise of barking and shouting. It was a deep howling sound. Suddenly, a huge black dog jumped upon Hugo and killed him. Since that time, many of the sons of the Baskerville family died when they were young. They died strangely. This was believed as the curse of the Baskerville family. Sherlock Holmes did not believe the story. Holmes decided to send a spy, Watson, to protect the current head of the Baskerville family, Henry Baskerville, and to search about Charles Baskerville's death. Watson inquired the people living there. Those people also said the same, that this was the
curse of the Baskerville family. When Watson searched about Charles Baskerville's death, it was recorded as heart attack in all reports. But there were some footprints near where he found it. Mr. Watson reported to Sherlock Holmes about the mysterious happenings every day. Later, Holmes also joined the investigation. Later a day, when Henry was walking alone, as usual, Sherlock and Watson followed him. Suddenly, a mysterious creature with fiery eyes jumped upon Henry. He lay and fainted down. Suddenly, Watson and Sherlock took their revolvers and shot at the deadly creature. It was dead. Later, Sherlock Holmes revealed that the creature was fake and it was done by the suspect, Jack Stapleton, who was the neighbor of the Baskerville family, who actually belongs to the Baskerville family. His original name is Roger Baskerville. He did this against the Baskerville family to inherit the family estate. Finally, the case got solved as well as the Baskerville family released from the curse. It was a happy ending. Thank you all for listening.
Dear children, I request you all to please remain quiet and not chitter chatter between all of you, because in order to respect the performers and their performers. And one more request, we have a time limit of 2 minutes for each performer, because there are a lot of performers, as you can see. Did you look around? See, there are a lot of performers, so we have to limit the time to 2 minutes to each performer. Moving on. You know, a lot of us wake up and look outside the window to our streets to catch the beauty of the morning time. But poet T.S. Eliot had another vision when he did the same. Want to know more? Please welcome Vidula Pillai onto the stage, where she will be reciting the poem Morning at the Window by T.S. Eliot.
Namaste. I am Vidula Pillai from Ramana Vidyalaya. I am studying in class 4. Today, I am going to recite a poem titled Morning at the Window, written by T.S. Eliot. Morning at the window. They are rattling breakfast plates, the basement kitchen, and along the trampled edges of the street. I'm aware of the damp souls of the housemates, sprouting despondently at area gates. The brown waves of fog toss up to me, twisted faces from the bottom of the street, and tear from a passerby with muddy skirts, an aimless smile that hovers in the air and vanishes along the level of the roofs. Thank you and have a pleasant day.
Thank you, Vidula, for that beautiful rendition. Next, we have Pivira. Pivira, please come to the stage. The Little Red Riding Hood is a childhood classic, a European fairy tale, which is read and loved by all. We now have Pivira performing an extract from the Little Red Riding Hood. I also request Dhanshri to be ready as our next performer.
Good morning, everybody. On and all present over here. I am Fabira of 5B from the School of the National Academy. Today, I am going to share a story about the Little Red Riding Hood. In a village near the woods, there lived a small little girl named Rosie. Everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood because of her red cloak. One morning, she decided to go to a granny's house who is sick and living in the other side of the woods. She wanted to ask a permission of her mother.
So she went to her mother and asked, Mom, may I go to Granny's house? Who is sick? Her mom chose, Of course, dear, you may go and take this fruits and medicines to her. And her mother warned her, and she did not talk to any strangers, and she should not change her way. She was going on her way. That time she saw many beautiful and colorful flowers inside the bushes. So she decided to pick the flowers and give to her granny who is sick. So she changed her way and go inside the bushes. That time she heard a bold voice of hello. She turned beside and see it was a giant big wolf. She was scared and she asked to the wolf, what you want? The wolf asked, where are you going, little? She chose, I'm going to my grandmother's house, who is sick. The wolf followed her. And the wolf reached the grandmother's house before she entered. The wolf took the grandmother and put inside a box, and it lay on the bed and put the blanket and put the mask of the granny. But its eyes and some body parts of the wolf was not covered. The little Red Riding Hood went and see the wolf, and she asked, Granny, why are you having this much big eyes? The wolf told to see very well. And the Little Red Riding Hood asked Wolf, Granny, why are you having this much big ears? The wolf told to hear very well. But the wolf told to hear very well. The wolf The wolf was tensed, so it had caught the neck of the Little Red Riding Hood with its sharp claws and polished claws. She was scared and shouted for help. The woodcutter who was cutting the trees in the woods and the villagers ran and came and saved the Little Red Riding Hood and the granny. Now and ever, the Little Red Riding Hood saw the wolf. The wolf was killed. The moral of the story is we should obey our elders. Thank you.
Thank you, Fibila. Now I request Dhanshri from Nazareth Academy to come to the stage and perform Happy Smile.
Hi everyone, I'm K.V. Dhanshri of 5B from the school, the Nazareth Academy. Today I'm going to recite a poem about a happy child. My house is like a little house, a happy child am I. I laugh and play the whole day long, I hardly ever cry. I have a tree, a green tree, to shade me from the sun, and under it I often sit when all my play is done. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhanshri. Now we have Navina performing Hansel and Gretel, which was included in the book Grimm's Fairy Tale, published in 1812. Welcome to the stage.
Good morning to all. My name is Arnavina. I am from 5th C, the school Nazareth Academy. I'm going to tell a story of Hansel and Gretel. Once, a poor woodcutter lived with his 2 children and the stepmother near the forest. One day, the stepmother took Hansel and Gretel deep into the forest. She gave them a piece of bread and asked them to wait there. They waited and waited, but the mother did not return. Approached, they started looking for a way out of the forest, but soon they lost the way completely. The next day, Hansel and Gretel found a very strange house in the middle of the forest. It was made up of bread, cakes, chocolate, cherries, candies, and fruits. Hansel and Gretel were so hungry that they pounced upon the house and started eating it. Suddenly, the door opened and all bits came out. She caught both the children. She locked Hansel in a cage so that she would eat him later and made Gretel to do all the household work. One day, the witch asked Gretel to heat the oven.
Gretel could not open the oven door as it was very heavy. When the witch came to open the door, Gretel gave her a mighty push. The witch fell into the oven and Gretel hurriedly closed the door. She then freed Hansel. Both the children ran out and soon found the house. The father was overjoyed to see them. They hugged each other and promised never to depart again. I hope you like the story. Thank you.
Before moving on, I want to ask all of you, one question. Did you guys have your breakfast?
Yes.
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 Yes, I need a good yes.
Yes.
Very good. Now, moving on. Hansel and Gretel was done now. Tenali Raman is a collection of 18 stories that all contain wit and is so widely read and well loved. I now request Akshaya to come and perform Tenali Raman.
Good morning to all. I'm Akshaya of class 5. I'm from the National Academy. I'm here to tell a story of Ram and Sita the Quail. Once the king's Darbar was discussing a serious issue about the paddy cultivation in Telangana district. The king said the improvement of agriculture is necessary to meet the food shortage. The experts discussed how to utilize the water from Tungabhadra river for agriculture. Everybody put forward their suggestions. Then came the turn of Tenali Raman. He came before the king with a plate of paddy seeds. Raman said, I reached here with a new type of paddy seeds. If it is served, the yield will be 3 times more than the present result. But the king was reluctant to admit that claim. That cultivation needed a particular type of soil, fertilizers, and facilities. The king said, is it true? Raman said, yes. And the king said, the improvement of agriculture, is it true? The Raman said, yes. And they should not have the habit of yarning. Is there anybody in the world who does not yarn? The best of yarning? He remembered the natural fact that all human beings yarn in their daily life. He realized that all human beings yarn. He remembered the past events in which he scolded the queen for her yarn. The king knew that the queen Tirumalamal sent Raman towards him as a mediator. The king knew that he announced soon, I'm going to meet the queen. And he apologized to the queen. The king and queen presented Raman valuable gift for his service. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshaya. I now request Jacinta Mary to perform the mysterious case.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Jacinta Mary of grade 6 and I am here to perform the story of the mysterious case of Will. Our story begins with 4 friends playing demo dogs and dragons. Then Mike said, oh my God, he bit me again. Then replied Lucas for that. I told you I was going to win. I am the one who always wins. Just then, Will's mother called as they all wanted to leave home. Then they all went and it was already dark outside. So they went their own separate ways but on their way home, Will suddenly saw a monstrous creature and got so frightened. He ran into a nearby forest for miles and hours until he fell breathless. After that, soon the monstrous creature caught up with them and they just vanished. The next morning, Will's mother was looking for him as it was time for school. Then he saw that he was not in his bed as usual. So he thought that he would have left for school early. Then at school, even Will's friends were searching for him. But after hearing this, Will's mother got so scared, she thought her son went missing. So she went to a police station and filed a complaint. So they both hurried and searched the whole town. In the end, they only found Will's bicycle laying there. Well, all this was happening on one side. Will's friends decided to skip school and look for Will. They also searched around the whole town until they found Will's mother and a cop searching Will's bicycle for more clues. The children got so scared thinking they would get caught skipping school. So they rushed back to school. But just on your way, they saw a not so thick, not so liquidy substance on the floor. They touched it, and in a blink of an eye, they were in a whole entire world. In the world, it was so dark and looked so creepy. They roamed around and roamed until they realized this world was the same as their world. So they headed back to Will's house and to find him sitting there pale and breathless and dehydrated. They rushed him back to the portal and took him home. The family and friends even the police officer was shocked to see that these children saved the child from dying when these adults couldn't. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacinta. I now request Kavya to come to the stage and perform the gift story.
A very cheerful morning to one and all present here. I'm Kavya of class 7 from the school, the Nazareth Academy, CBSE. I'm going to cheer up you all with a beautiful story. The title of my story is The Gift. A young man was getting ready to graduate from the university. For a long time, he had admired a beautiful sports car in a dealer's showroom. And knowing that his father could well afford it, he told him that was all he wanted. As the graduation day approached, the young man began looking signs that his father bought the car. Finally, in the morning of the graduation, his father called him to his private study and told him how proud he was to have such a fine son and how much he loved him. He gave his son a beautiful red gift box. Curious, somewhat disappointed, the young man opened the box and found a lovely leather-bound Bible with his name embossed in gold. Angry, he raised his voice to his father and said, "With all your money, you give me this Bible," and stormed out of the house, leaving the Bible. Many years passed. He was very successful in his business. He had a beautiful house and a wonderful family, but realized his father was very old, and though perhaps he should go to him. He had not seen his father since the graduation day. Before he could make all the arrangements, he received a telegram telling him his father had passed away and willed all of his possessions to his son. He need to come home immediately and take care of things. When he arrived at his father's house, sudden sadness and reverence filled his heart. He was searching through his father's important papers and found a lovely bound Bible which he had left it years ago. With tears, he opened the Bible and began to turn pages. As he did, a card he dropped from the back of the Bible. It had a tag with the dealer's name, the same dealer who had the sports car that he had desired. And the tag was the date of the graduation and the words paid in full. How many times do we miss spirit blessing and answer to our prayers? Because it does not arrive exactly as we have expected. The moral. Many times I feel we should value whatever appearance have given us because some not even get that. It is sad in this story that the young man took years to realize his mistake. Many times we don't get what we expect, but we should wait till it happens. Every time, everything won't come with a beautiful appearance, but surely truly with a beautiful blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavya. I now request Karthik M to come to the stage and narrate a story called A Hero from Malgudi School Days. Can we give it up for Karthik? Come on, guys.
Happy morning to one and all present here. I am M. Karthik from 6 Horisai International School. Today, I'm going to tell a story called A Hero by R.K. Narayan. One day, Swaminathan's father was at the newspaper in the evening. The headline was telling that a boy from a village was fought with a tiger which came hunting for him. Swaminathan's father asked to Swami, "What do you tell about this, son?" "I
thinking that it was not a boy at all. It might be a grown-up man. His father said, no, if a person has the courage, he could do anything, not at all the strength or the age. Swaminathan then said, if I have the courage, what can I do to fight a tiger? If you have the courage, first prove me that you can sleep in my office room tonight. Swaminathan thought for a long time that his father's room were full of scorpions and pests. When his father came back to his newspaper, he tiptoed away softly to his granny's room. He laid his bed and tried to sleep without him being noticed by his father. But father noticed it and came and waked him up. Swami, get up. Swaminathan got up and his father rolled his bed and took him to the office room. Swaminathan was pleasing to his father that please at least leave the doors open. His father then asked him a promise that he should not roll his bed and go back to his granny. At night, he got goosebumps. He thought that many demons will come and take him somewhere else from his home far away. As he slept unknowingly, he got a nightmare of being chased by a tiger. His legs stuck to the mud in his nightmare where he shouted and woke up. Then he saw a dark shadow coming close to him. He went under the bench and tried to be safe. But as it came closer and closer, he came slowly out of the bench and used his bite as a mortal weapon and took a bite of it. Ow! Something bit me. His father, chef, and the servant came running up, where they found it was a robber. On the next day, the entire school was congratulating him that he fought with the robber and protected his house with just a bite. After that, his mother at the night said that you should not leave your son once again in a room alone to his father. Thank you.
Thank you, Karthik, for that beautiful performance. Next, we have Fabiola reciting the poem Scarecrow.
Good morning to everyone. I'm Fabiola, class of 3 from Nazareth Academy. Today I recite the poem about Scarecrow. In the middle of where the farmer sows his crop, you will find my friend Scarecrow leaned against the prop. He has far of distance, look with his button eyes. And if you listen to him carefully, you might just hear him sigh. I'd like to see the big world with not to stay in this place where all the birdies are frightened of my face. I never try to harm them. I wish that they could see that although my name is Scarecrow, I couldn't scare a few. Thank you.
Thank you, Fabiola. Next, we have Harini Jagannathan performing Hound of Baskerville from Sherlock Holmes.
Hi. Hi, my name is Harini Jagannathan. I'm from Ramana Vidya School, 6th standard. I'm going to tell a short story about the Hound of the Baskervilles, written by Conan.
Sherlock Holmes and Watson were investigating the mysterious death of Sir Charles Baskerville. The local people says that around 200 years old, the family got cursed. According to curse, the monster dog were taking revenge with the Baskerville family. Maybe next Henry Baskerville goes to killed by the dog. Watson and Stumpleton went to the Baskervilles and made for important people. Are Barrymore and his wife and an archaeologist Stumpleton and his wife.
After that, Sherlock Holmes need help of a police detective, and on the way, they are looking around the house behind. Behind of the house, they saw a mirror and they saw a picture of Baskerville. There has Watson picture too. When they has a Henry Baskerville picture too. When they see it together, they identify that Henry Baskerville goes to school next, and they confirm they want to set Henry Baskerville now. On the way they are begging, in the room they saw Baskerville and Henry Baskerville in front of a table drinking wine, and Holmes peeped into the window, and after a few times, Watson lie down to the floor and hear the sound came. That someone is coming, and behind of that, another sound came. They identified that it's Henry Baskerville and the dog. The dog peeped up and jumped up to kill Henry Baskerville. On that time, Watson take its gun and shoot it, but it's not die, but it's lie down. After a few times also, it's tried to kill Henry Baskerville. On that time, they take the gun and kill it. After a few times, Watson went near to the Henry Baskerville and told, "Don't worry, we are safe. You have safe at now." After that, in a Watson hands full of glittering, he's asking, "What is this?" Holmes told, "This is the phosphorus that I put in Henry Baskerville to glow in the night time. We can identify him easily. If the dog comes after him also, we can identify this easily." They returned to the home, Baskerville's hall. Behind of the house in the mud, Stapleton were could and throw it to the mud. They were shocked. What's this? After they entered to the hall, they saw in the flood that Stapleton's wife child with some scratches. Thank you.
Thank you, Harini. Hindi is a beautiful language, and it is spoken in 9 states and three union territories in India. Now we have Vishwajit performing Hindi literature.
Good morning to everyone. I am KVVS Vishwajit from the Nazareth Academy, here to perform a story called Gamandi Makki in Hindi. Gamandi Makki. एक समय की बात है, एक बड़े से जंगल में एक शेर सो रहा था। तभी एक मक्खी आकर शेर को सताने लगी। शेर अपने नींद से उठकर कहा, "ए मक्खी, तुम मुझे क्यों सता रही हो? कोई और काम नहीं है?" तब मक्खी ने बोली, अरे अरे, मैं आपके साथ और खेलना चाहती हूँ, आज तो मैं आपको सोने नहीं दूंगी। शेर ये सुनते ही गुस्सा होकर अपने पंजे से मक्खी को मारने की कोशिश की, पर शेर असफल था। तब मक्खी ने बोली, छी छी, जंगल के राजा इस छोटी मक्खी को मारने नहीं पाए, इसका मतलब है कि ये छोटी सी मक्खी ये जंगल की रानी है। और ये बोलकर मक्खी हंसने लगी। हंसते हंसते वो एक मकड़ी के जाल में फंस गई। मक्खी कुछ भी नहीं कर सकती थी। कुछ समय बाद एक मकड़ी आकर मक्खी को खाने लगी। ये सब देखते हुए शेर ने कहा, किसी की बात का घमंड करोगे तो बाद में बेहद पछताओगे। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Vishwajit. Now we have Bhagyashree performing an extract from Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes, Hound of Baskervilles.
Happy morning, one and all present here. My name is E. Bhavyashree from 6th Standard C section, Holy Sai International School. Today I am present here to tell you an interesting story of Sherlock Holmes, the Hound of the Baskervilles. At the beginning of the story, they show the billionaire. His family is called the Baskerville family. He is waiting for someone at that late night. but he died at the same place. The police who investigate that, he's taking this case to Sherlock Holmes next day, and he's saying about that family, and he's saying his younger brother Henry is coming from Canada in 2 days, and you should really protect him. After saying that, Sherlock Holmes saying, I'm happily take overing this case. And Henry also came from Canada. Sherlock Holmes is calling Dr. Watson and saying that I'm having some work in London. So you and Henry go to the lodge. I'll come in 2 days. Henry and Henry and Doctor reached to that lodge. After they reached, that time while Henry sing in his 2 pair of boots, one someone steal it. He's thinking about that. At that late time, Doctor seeing the cook in the lodge is doing a mysterious thing. He's taking a candle and showing towards window to that fire. He's thinking about it. Why is he showing that candle towards the forest in this late night? Next day, he's going to a family friend of this Baskerville family and asking about the family. But the brother is not speaking anything. The sister saying, I don't know anything about that. My father only knows it. After that, he came back and the same day night, he is hiding in the kitchen and seeing. At this time, he's showing again that candle towards the window and a man is coming there. Then only he knows that he is a thief who escaped from jail. Still police are searching him. He is the own brother of the cook's wife. So he's calling him for eating dinner and giving him Henry's old clothes to stay in the forest. At that time, Doctor is running back of him to catch over him, but he ran and went. At the time, he's seeing a mysterious man standing above that mountain. After seeing, next day he's asking to the village people, there is some mysterious man staying over that mountain. He's replying for that. Yes, the younger children who are here, they will only take food for him. So doctor's tracking that place and going there. He caught a shock. He's Sherlock Holmes. And next day at the late night, Sherlock Holmes and doctor was speaking about this case. At the time they hear that animals, mysterious sounds, they too ran and went. At the time they saw somebody lean down. He went and saw, then only they know that that's not Henry, that's the thief who released from jail and came. Then only they know that he wore Henry's old clothes, so only the animal attacked him. At the same time, the family friend, brother Jack came there and asked if Henry died. They said, no, this is not Henry. His face also changed. After seeing that, they two were running to the Baskerville Palace. And in the hall, there are more photos. In every photo, they are seeing. When in that one photo, they have been seen, and we saw him before. At the time only they saw that this photo is looking like that family friend Jack. At the time, doctor is saying that he went to eat dinner to their home only. Henry went to eat dinner to their home today. After hearing that, they two are running to the family friend's home. After that, they are searching in every room. In one room, his sister and Henry were there. And they are investigating to the sister, what happened, why did you locked here? She's saying everything. That they two are not brother and sister, they two are husband and wife. And she's saying that I said, I can't kill Henry, so only he locked me also here. And she's taking down a plate. There only the animal was there. And she's showing me. This is a normal animal. He applied phosphorus on this. So only it is looking so mysterious. After saying that, at the same time that brother Jack is coming inside the house, they two have been captured him and gave to police. Thank you.
The Three Little Twigs is another childhood classic. Today, we have Abhinav narrating The Three Little Twigs. Welcome to the stage, Abhinav.
Good morning, everyone. I am P. Abhinav Krishna from grade 9A, the Narsat Academy. Today I am going to narrate a story, Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there lived a little pig. She had three little pigs. She was too fed up of the three little pigs and she told one day to them, "This is the time to journey. You should live by your own." So the three little pigs started their journey and told that we should live by our own. The three little pigs started their journey and they gone by a little stretch. The third little pig was too tired. He was too tired and he saw a man having straws. He thought that we can get the straws. The straws are too less. So we can buy the straws and make a house. So there'll be balance so much money. So we can buy a bed and sleep. So the third little pig bought that straws and made a house. The house was too spongy. So he thought that we can support with some sticks. By the way, the two pigs were continuing the journey. They continued the journey. The second pig thought, what about the sticks? The first told, come, let's see. The two pigs continued the journey, the way they talked. And the second pig told, hooray! What happened? The first pig told. The second told that there's a man with sticks. Sticks? Oh, yeah, sticks. Oh, then get the sticks. The second bought the sticks. Second pig bought the sticks and built a house. The first pig then also continued the journey. The first pig saw a man who was not completed his building, but he had no money. So he stopped the work of the building and going. The pig told, I will get this building, so I can complete the work of the building with this balance money. The first pig completed the building, but the two little pigs balance has completed the building and having a nice supper. But the poor first little pig keep on building his building to make it more prim. So the two little pigs, one day the fox came. The fox saw that the three pigs were doing their works. So the fox thought that, what about we have a nice dinner today? So the fox came and he saw the first pig. The first pig, while see the fox, he ran inside the house. The fox came. He knocked the door. The pig told, Who?
Thank you so much. We have a time limit. You can very well read the rest of the story anytime you want. You can be seated. Thank you so much. It was a good performance. I feel that the encouragement in this room has dropped a teeny weeny bit. Is it so? Can I get a good hooray? Hooray, I need a hooray. I didn't say clap. Can I get a good hooray? Now I want some claps. Very good. Moving on. The next performer of the day is Dakshika, who will be narrating Tenali Raman, the merchant and his horse.
Happy morning, everyone. My name is Dakshita and I'm here to narrate a story about the merchant and the horse. One day, as Tenali Raman was walking by the woods, a merchant came up to him. The merchant asked Tenali Raman, have you seen my camel anywhere? Tenali Raman was so confused what camel he was asking about, but he saw into the ground and replied, did your camel hurt one of its legs? The merchant did not know how Tenali Raman knew that the camel hurt one of his legs. But he replied, yes, my camel hurt one of its legs. Tenali Raman asked another question. Is your camel blind in one of its eyes? The merchant thought that Tenali Raman stole his camel. So the merchant replied, yes, blind in one eye. So you have seen my camel. Now tell me, where is my camel? Tenali Raman did not reply to him. He kept on asking him questions. Did your camel have a bag of sugar on its right and a bag of wheat on its left? The merchant replied, yes, I had to sell those in the market. The merchant asked Tenali Raman, so you have seen my camel. So tell me, where is my camel? Tenali Raman's reply shocked the merchant. Camel? What camel are you talking about? I haven't seen any camel for the past 1 week. The merchant told, then how do you know all the features about my camel? Tenali Raman replied, look at the ground, there's footprint of an animal, but there is only 3 legs. I haven't seen any animal with 3 legs. Have you? The merchant agreed. Look at the grass. There is grass on the left and right, but the grass on the right has been eaten, but the left remains the same. So an animal must be blind in one of its sides. There is wheat grains on the right, and there's of sugar in the left. An ant is eating all of those sugar. So there must be hole in the bag of wheat and sugar, so the camel must have dropped it. The merchant agreed and asked Tenali Raman, now how do I find my camel? Tenali Raman replied, just follow those footprints or it may lead you to your camel. The merchant followed the footprints and it led it to his camel. With great enthusiasm, he returned back home. Thank you.
Thank you, Dakshika. The Tiger by William Blake is a poem about questions about the nature of God and creation. Today we have Vaishnavi Ryan reciting the poem Tiger by William Blake.
Happy morning all. I'm Vaishnavi Ryan from grade 6A from Holy Saint National School. Today, I'm here to recite the wonderful poem called The Tiger by William Blake. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest soft and light. What immortal hair eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps our skies burn the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand there sees the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the animal, what bird grasp? There with deadly terrors clasp. And when the stars threw down their spears, and went over heaven with their tears, did he plant his will to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright. In the forest, what was the night? What immortal hinge or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? Thank you.
Malgudi Days is a collection of stories published in 1943. Today, we have Vignesh Ram performing an extract from Malgudi Days, Rajam and Mani.
Hi, hello. I'm Mr. Vignesh Ram from Kolisa International School. I'm going to narrate you a wonderful story written by R.K. Narayanan titled Rajam and Mani. River Sarayu is the fame of Malgudi. Everyone in each of the families sees themselves in the riverbed of Sarayu every evening. A conversation starts between Mani and Swaminathan. Mani, water runs deep here, right? Swaminathan replies, yes. Why do you want to know? Mani, I'm going to bring Rajam here, bundle him up and throw him in the river. Flashback. Rajam is a new student in the first form A section, which must be the classroom of Swaminathan and Mani. Mani hates Rajam because previously everybody in the class thinks that Mani was his power since he was very strong. But few people talk bad about him since he got very low grades. But now, since Rajam is also strong and gets good grades, everybody is starting to think that he is a new power. One day, after the first period, Rajam sees that the only seat left was in the last bench next to Mani. He went and sat there. Mani gave him a jab in the ribs. Rajam astonished everybody in the class on the first day by returning it to him. Mani kicked, Rajam kicked. Mani punched, Rajam punched. They were no less or no high to each other. Later that day, Rajam Mani in a piece of paper wrote, "Are you a man?" and gave it to Rajam. Rajam opened the paper, saw, crushed it and threw it away. Mani again wrote on a piece of paper that if you don't reply to this, you're a dog. Told it and gave it to Rajam. Rajam opened and was very angry after he read it. He told, "Which dog doubts if I'm a man?" They both started fighting. Because of this, Lord Swaminathan became the communication device for both these. After this, Rajam asked Mani had the same question and the reply was the same from Rajam. Rajam asked, Mani asked, "Can you prove it?" Rajam, "Yes. How shall I prove it?" Mani, "Come to the riverbed of Sarayu next to the Grove Street tomorrow evening." Rajam, "Why?" Mani, "Let's see if you can break my head." Rajam, "Oh yes, to pieces." Swaminathan replies, "Oh, I guess you two will be there tomorrow evening. I will also be there tomorrow evening." We see that Mani practicing with his club. Swaminathan is very terrified of how he was practicing. Swaminathan went and asked Mani, "Mani, what are you going to do with Rajam?" Mani replies, "I'm going to break his head and break his backbone and throw it in the river so nobody will find him." Then Swaminathan was terrified out of his word. He went and hid. Then Rajam appeared and said, "Here I am." He was wearing a police uniform with a gun and he took a shot at Mani, but he missed. Mani was really terrified and dropped his club. He immediately replied, "You have a gun? That's unfair." Rajam repeats it. "You yesterday told it was a hand fight, but you brought your club. And you told nothing about me not bringing a gun yesterday." Mani was angry. And Rajam again replied, "What did I do to be your enemy?" Mani told, "You told me as a fool in front of everybody." Rajam, "No, I didn't." But Mani replied, "Yes, you did." So then Rajam asked, "If I did, I'm sorry. Can we be friends?" Mani replied, "I don't have a problem." Rajam, "Nor do I." So all the three became friends and Swaminathan was finally happy. The end. Thank you.
Swami and Friends is also another famous novel written by R.K. Narayanan, and it is about a schoolboy named Swami. To know more, go read the book yourself. Today, we have Vikram Achari performing an extract from Swami and Friends, written by R.K. Narayanan.
Hello everyone, I am R.S. Vikramachari. Now I'll be describing a story, The New Arrival, written by R.K. Narayanan. Mother was abed for 2 days. Swaminathan missed his mother in the kitchen. His mother called, "Swami, come here." He came, but he hated his mother's look. His mother hugged him and asked, "Why are you so sad?" He didn't reply. He wriggled the hug and ran away. Then he went to his grandmother. His granny told, "Swami, you're going to have a baby brother." He replied, "Okay, Granny." He did not receive that news without enthusiasm. Next, he was allowed to sleep in his granny's bed. At night, lights kept burning. Swaminathan was not able to sleep. Suddenly woke up and saw a lady doctor was handling the whole house as if it was hers. She was telling even the father to work. She was telling, "Hey, Swaminathan, father, bring from hot cup of water, fast." He was very angry. He was about to crush the doctor, but he didn't. After some time, she again gave a work. "Bring some towel, fast, you." Again, he ran and came. Swaminathan was not able to open his eyes anymore, so he slept. Next day morning, Tamil Pandit was more interested in the school. Tamil Pandit was more interested than the students for reading the Tamil lecture. He was reading. All take chapter number 18. But nobody listened to him. He was just reading continuously. Students were watching and suddenly talking. Students were watching him suddenly talking. Like that it was going on. Suddenly, Swaminathan missed his concentration. He was sitting with P, so he started talking. You know, P, I got a brother today morning. He looks like very red, like chili. Oh, is it? How do you like him? I like him very much. Oh, did you also have a brother like him? No, I didn't have. But I saw a baby like that. I saw him 50 years before, but suddenly, if I saw in the last year's festival, he was grown up very big. That's the end. Thank you.
Wow, we've seen some amazing performances today, and we are yet to see some more amazing performances today. Now I invite Avantika to perform an extract from Malapuram.
Happy morning, everyone. My name is Soundika, and I'm going to talk about school breaks up from Malgudi school days. Swaminathan leaves his classroom after finishing his final exam. He was standing outside and worrying about that he wrote his exam 20 minutes early while others were writing. Swaminathan was thinking about his exam and Swaminathan was thinking about his exam. Swaminathan was thinking about his exam and got confident on the last question. That needs him to explain the moral of the story of a man got pulled by a tiger for offering him a golden bangle. Love of golden bangle is cost one life, Swami wrote in a single line. He sat restlessly and pretending like he was revising the work he wrote until he saw few boys were leaving. In the point, he also did the same. After the exam ends, Swami's class came outside of the classroom. As Swami said to a classmate what he wrote in the last question. And he said that he wrote a full page of the last question. And Swami said to Rajam and Shankar about the classmate. And they also said they wrote a half page or 3/4 of the page. And Swami said that he also wrote a half page by fooling himself as well. After Swami's friend arrived, they were discussing about their happiness and the exam. Because of the happiness that the school is going to be over by time B. After 15 minutes, the entire school went inside the hall